What's up, gang? How you guys doing? This is Lieutenant Sal Blue. That's right, a 28-year law enforcement veteran coming at you on YouTube with my daily podcast. That's right. Every day I come at you with my daily podcast talking about topics from my book or things that have happened to me in life, at work, in my relationships, in my parenting, everything, guys. And so these topics will help you to move your life forward. It'll help you to make less mistakes in life, guys. Because one thing I want you guys to know is I am far from perfect, right? There's no way I've done anything right. But I was helped, moved, nudged, tutored, however you want to say it, into doing some of the right things that end up helping me have a phenomenal life. So, I just want to share that with you guys, and that's what I do on my daily podcast, man. I share those type of things. So as I'm doing it, let's get started with today's podcast. Today's podcast, man, is another one of my freestyle podcasts. Didn't write it out. Don't know what my script is going to be. Don't even have any guidelines of where I'm going with this podcast. I just know that it is about my feelings. So here we go. What's up, gang? How you guys doing? I am Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life. That's right, that's right. And if you haven't picked up your copy, make sure you go over to Amazon, pick up a copy of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life. If you don't want to pick it up on Amazon, I also am running a super awesome special at my website, lieutenantsalblue.com, where you guys can go over there and get the same book that I sell on Amazon for $19.95 for $9.95 with tons of bonuses that I'm going to throw in there for you guys. So make sure you guys hop on over to Lieutenant Sal Blue and pick up some of the special deals that I got going on this month. Okay, but in today's podcast, man, today's podcast is going to be about emotions, right? Emotions and feelings, guys. Emotions and feelings. And the reason why I want to go into emotions and feelings is because most of us are guided by our emotions. Most of us make decisions in life through the emotions that we feel at the moment. And a lot of times our emotions aren't based on facts, and a lot of times they're not based on logic, and they're definitely not based on a full understanding of whatever situation that you're dealing with. So I started my day off. In an emotional funk, right? Early in the morning. I'm driving to work. I wake up super excited, super energized, and so the night before, me and my wife had some type of disagreement. It wasn't an argument. It was just like a disagreement or whatever. But as I thought about the disagreement, I began to get upset with myself because I felt that I was drawn into something that I really had no interest in being drawn into, right? And so I don't know whether that has ever happened to any of you guys, right? You have no intentions whatsoever to get emotionally involved in something that's going on. You know it's coming your way, and somehow, some way, something is said that triggers you and gets you to react, right? And not have full control over what you thought initially you have full control over. And so that is very upsetting to me, very hard for me to get a grip on, because I know that my wife knows me, right? And I know that my wife knows me probably almost as well as I know myself. And I take great pride in knowing myself, guys. By the way, if you don't know yourself, then you need to begin to do a lot of self-evaluation and sitting down and writing out your emotions, your feelings, and things like that, so that you can find yourself, within yourself, right? There's always a self within yourself, right? It's a self that you show people outside of you. It's the self that you show your family, right? And the people that you love. And then it's that self within yourself that you show nobody. And that is the self that you truly, truly need to be in touch with. And you truly, truly need to know what moves that person in a direction of good or bad, or to have a good life or have a bad life, or whatever path that you would like to move. Okay, so you need to know that. And if you don't know that, then what will happen is that self, right, that you don't know will begin making decisions in your life that don't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit the other two selves, you know, family, friends, or whatever, professional. It doesn't benefit anybody. So you have to truly know yourself within inside yourself. And that all begins with your emotions, right? As I said before, guys, we are guided by our emotions. And because we are guided by our emotions, what happens a lot of times is that our emotions are always controlled by forces that happen outside of us. Now, to get back to what I was talking about earlier, I was upset with myself because this is something that I teach and something that I know, and I still fell victim to allowing someone else to control the flow of my day, or at least the flow of my morning, through my emotions, right? I just grabbed a hold of my emotions and said, you're going to be non-productive and thinking about this all morning. And that is exactly what happened. And so I want you guys to understand that knowing your inner self will help you to gain control over your emotions. You're still going to feel your emotions, right? But it is your actions that come after your emotions that determines the level of success that you're going to have in your life, right? How your life is going to turn out, who you're going to be around, who you're going to begin to associate with. Now, my emotion this morning was just that of frustration, right? And a little bit of anger at myself. But there are so many more emotions in the spectrum that will either help you to have a good life or stop you to have a good life. So my question in this podcast is, our emotions, are they our friend or are they our enemy? Right? What are your emotions to you? Do your emotions have your best interest at heart, or is your emotions controlled by your ego? Right? I knew for a very, very long time my emotions were controlled by my ego, and I really, really had to begin to dig deep into myself and tamper that down and understand that my ego definitely doesn't have my best interest at heart. Only thing my ego wants to do is to take care of itself, right? Your ego wants to take care of itself. It wants you to do things that it wants to do. So I gave that some thought, and I began to work on my emotions. And you can't stop yourself from feeling certain things, right? You can't stop yourself from feeling love and affection for somebody. You can't stop yourself from being attracted to somebody. You can't stop yourself from being afraid of fires or heights or stuff like that. You can't stop yourself from being afraid of that stuff. You can't stop yourself from getting angry from situations. But what you can do is understand the situation that you put yourself in and learn how to have power over your reactions to those things. Right? Feel something, but you know it's something that you need to do, so you do it anyway. Right? Have a fear of public speaking. And you can be as afraid as you want to be, but you step out and you do it anyway, every single time. Right? Me, today, I was